Hi everyone, in this video we are going to look at MAC's Jeremy Scott collection. This collection is currently available through MAC Cosmetics. It's also available through Ulta if that's an easier way for you to purchase. Jeremy Scott is known, I guess, as a fashion rebel. I don't personally know anything about him, but you can see from the packaging and design that it's sort of retro. It's a throwback to the days of mixtapes, CDs when those were still a thing. So if that's appealing to you, this collection will definitely hit the spot in that sense. In this video, I will do swatches for you of all of the products in the collection, of which there are 3 main ones. If you want to see a more detailed review after I have tested out these products over a number of days, please make sure you see the description box for links to the written reviews where you can read those thoughts and details. The description box also includes where you can find these to purchase and a link to the blog sale if you want to purchase anything from there. Alright, I hope you are subscribed to the channel, and let's get swatching these new items from the Jeremy Scott collection. So let's start with the cheek palette. This is called the Acoustica Blush, Bronzer, and Highlighter Trio. On the package you can see it looks like a CD. It says Cheeky Volume 1 Mixtape. It opens up like this. There's actually a protective cover that also has the name of the shades on it, and you can see that there are different leveled bars. So here are the shades up close. I will apply these over a base, meaning like a foundation, and then I will apply them with an angled powder brush. Alright, and also this retails for $35, which I forgot to mention. So the highlighting shade, which is called Heaven in Your Smile, is a pale frosty highlight with a frost finish. Gonna add a second layer. It doesn't really need it. It has a very nice refined shimmer. The bronzer is called Acoustica, and this is a warm brown with a matte finish. Adding a second layer to that. This goes on really smoothly. Very nice finish. And the blush is called Wall of Desire. This is a mid-tone pink. Second layer here. This has a satin finish, so just the slightest bit of sheen. Again, this applies really smoothly and nicely. I really like how these are blending on the skin. Alright, so there are the shades from the Acoustica Cheek Trio. Now, of course, this is only going to suit a kind of narrow range of fair to light skin tones. It's not going to really show up on any sort of medium to deeper skin tones, unfortunately, so that is a limiting factor, but I do really like the formula for all 3 of these shades. Usually with a trio or a palette from MAC, there are at least 1 or 2 duds, but all of these have beautiful finishes. They apply very, very nicely. And in case you want to see heavy swatches, or a little different in terms of skin tone from me. Here are some heavier swatches, just using my finger, of the highlighter, bronzer, and blush. That's what those shades look like up close. Alright, next we have the lip palette. This is called the Future Emotions palette. Opens up like this. Looks like a cassette tape. Again, it has the overlay with the shade names on it instead of having them on the back. And once again, you get different level bars here. These are the shades. I will just go from column, the left column, to the right column, top to bottom. So for these, I'm going to apply them with a lip brush. We'll start with Carmine Rouge. And this is a cool deep red with a matte finish. Morange, described as a loud mouth orange with an amplified finish. Violetta, which is a bright cool purple with an amplified finish. Breathing Fire is a bright warm pink with a matte finish. Happy Song is a mid-toned rosy pink with a matte finish. Living in Stereo is a warm nude with a matte finish. Digging It is a deep, dusty brown with a matte finish. Night Club School is a deep wine with an amplified finish. And Wild Memories is a warm, intense red with a matte finish. All right, there are your 9 lipstick shades. Looks like they're all either amplified or matte finishes. The amplified having more of like a cream sheen to them, the matte ones obviously being more matte, but all of these have really intense pigmentation. I'm very impressed at the consistency in terms of color and quality for the pigmentation across the board on these shades. The pan sizes are a little small to get even a lip brush in there, so that's my only one complaint. And last we have the Lo-Fi Eyeshadow Palette. You can see the packaging looks just like a boombox. And you open it up this way. It does have a full-size mirror inside. Again, these different leveled bars and the insert with the names of the shades on top. There are 29 eyeshadow shades, which I find to be quite a bizarre number to include in here. It's also, you know, not efficient use of packaging, but of course if you're drawn to this collection, that's probably not your main concern here. So I'll probably just swatch these. I'll start, you know, with the left column, top to bottom, going by each column, and I'll do 2 sets of 10 and then the last set of 9 to make 29. All right, so as always, applied over eyeshadow primer. This is Lo-Fi, which is a soft beige with gold shimmer, has a satin finish. Creative Copper, which is a peachy gold with shimmer. This has a luster finish. Bite the Beat. It says it's a mid-toned brown, warm brown, but I would say this is definitely a cool-toned, almost taupey brown with a matte finish. Endless Frequency is a mid-toned peach, also with a matte finish. Disco Therapy is a bright muted orange with a matte finish. Superior Sound is a soft creamy pink with a frost finish. Happy Song is a bubblegum pink with a satin finish. Bird's Eye View is a bright fuchsia pink with a satin finish. Walking Heartbeats is a mid-toned red with a matte finish. And Vacation Speed Zone is a deep plum with red pearl. And this has a Velux pearl finish. Okay, there are the first 10 shades from the Lo-Fi Eyeshadow Palette. Up close for you. I'm not super impressed by the consistency or pigmentation on these. There are particular ones that were not pigmented the way they look in the pan, but then a couple of them that have good strong pigmentation. So mixed bag so far. Ghost Story. It says is a creamy white with icy shimmer. This definitely flashes purple, like a lilac. And it had a second layer to this. This is supposed to have a frost finish. Morning Ticket is a silver metallic frost. This has a Velux pearl finish. Shimmer particles kind of fly everywhere, so it's a color you might want to tap on. US Dance Remix is a frosty cool gunmetal. This also has a Velux pearl finish. Particles don't fly away quite the same way, so it's a little more smooth. Subtly Elegant is a muted pale gray, matte finish. Bonus Track is a warm brown with silver sparkle in it. And this has a frost finish. Beautifully Charred is a mid-tone brown with gold shimmer. Also has a frost finish. Raven Eyed is a true black, matte finish. And Video Emotions is a black and purple with a matte finish. Memories of Space is a bright true yellow. It says this is a matte finish, but it definitely has a sheen. So I'd say this is at least a satin finish. And Remixology is a muted lime green with a matte finish. All right, the next 10 shades in this palette, again, kind of a mixture in terms of the quality, I feel like. Some shades just not having quite the punch unless you really layer them. The matte formula is typical of MAC's other matte formulas, actually, where you need to really layer them and smooth them out because they are patchy otherwise. Next is Beat Talica, which is a deep forest green with a matte finish. Synthesize is a pale mint green with a satin finish. Oldie But Goodie is a light seafoam with a matte finish. Powerful Performance is an aquamarine blue with a satin finish. At the Turntable is a sky blue with a matte finish. Electric Eel is a bright blue with shimmer. This is a satin finish color, and also, I believe, a permanent shade. Definitely not a new shade. She's a Machine is a lavender with shimmer. It's supposed to have a frost finish. Jam Session is a bright lilac with a satin finish. And Club New Wave Mix is a bright violet purple with a matte finish. Alright, there are the last 9 shades in the palette. Again, just they don't have the punch or the oomph that I really expect when I'm picking up the product and applying it to the skin. You can get more pigmentation out of them and opacity by dabbing them and layering them, but the finish or the color saturation definitely is not as effortless as you might hope for. Alright, there's MAC's Jeremy Scott collection for you. I was surprised in terms of what I enjoyed in this collection. I was expecting to enjoy more the eyeshadow palette and be kind of meh about the cheek palette and the lip palette, but it's completely the opposite. I really think that for $75, that eyeshadow palette is not only clunky, inefficient use of space, but the quality of the shadows just isn't up to par for $75. The pans are also a little awkward. They're too small, which doesn't make any sense because there's so much empty space in the palette that's not being used. So I really think that the palette could have been done a lot better, but I'm pleasantly surprised by the cheek palette. I think that is a standout one if you are willing to pay $35 for those 3 shades, and the pigmentation and quality of the colors in the lip palette is also really good. So let me know, please, in the comment section below what you think of this collection. I don't know that it's my personal taste. I do love really retro things, and being an 80s child, this is very reminiscent of a lot of things that I grew up with, but especially the box packaging, not so much the actual tin packaging or the metal packaging for the products themselves. That was kind of cool, but the box packaging was just a little too, I don't know, tacky or maybe on the nose for my taste. But again, please share with me what your thoughts are about this collection, the quality, the packaging, the nostalgia, anything like that in the comment section below. I really hope this was helpful to you if you were debating whether you should put your money into any part of this collection or not. And as always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch. I'll see you in the next video.